Thank you. Fantastic. Well, it's very exciting. This is our first official week of AtmosO2. Atmos being, we're creating the atmosphere for you to succeed, and O2, we're providing you with the essentials to thrive, just like the very oxygen that you breathe. And that was the theme behind the name as our branding as we move forward. What I'd like to do tonight, while we wait for Mike to join us, is I'm going to walk you through the back office a little bit, so you make sure you're actually familiar with the features that are in there. And then Mike's going to address some leadership issues and give you a bit of an update on what's happening on the card side. So if that's okay with you, I'm going to just give me a second. I'm just going to share a screen with you, and then we will get underway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through. This is an example back office of an account. So again, just a quick yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's log in. Okay, so this account has a VIP package that's €150. Obviously, if you've purchased packs prior to the transition to AtmosO2, you'll be actually grandfathered across of an equal pack level. So, for example, the $100 pack in the old system would give you the essentials €125 pack, and then we had the premium pack at $250, the VIP pack at $750, and the elite at the $5,000. There's only 100 of the elite packs. So when you log into your here, first thing you'll see is the news and notifications. So you're always going to have the latest updates, and in fact, when you log in, there'll be a pop-up of any of the latest updates that you'll need to read and then close them. So you'll always get first-hand knowledge of any announcements that have come out. So you would have noticed that today, for example, they made an announcement about the KYC, the Know Your Customer documents, that now you can submit them in multiple languages, and they have a translation software package that will automatically translate the KYC into English, because English is the default language globally for all KYC. So, for example, if you're in France, where it's French, or Brazil, where it's Portuguese, or in Germany, where it's German, or whatever the language is, you can submit your ID, for example, your driver's license or your passport, or your proof of address, which could be a telephone bill or internet bill, or electricity bill, and that can be in your own native language, and that will be acceptable. So you no longer have to go and get it apostilled or translated and so forth into English. Okay, so you'll notice that it's also got on the left-hand side here the package and the expiry date for your pack when it runs out. So this pack will run out on the 18th of September 2019, and I've got the option to upgrade to a $5,000 pack if I choose, and I can order my card here as well. It's saying the history of the transaction, so my transaction's been approved, and any other notices that have gone on. Okay, so I can also go to my volume. So on my volume here, it's got my personal volume at 1250, the group volume at 250, so total downlines. So on the dashboard, if we go to dashboard, it's basically got the referral link. So you've always got that nice and handy. It's got the account name, the email address. It's got all the recruits that have come in, and you can view the entire lot. And it's got each of the people who've come on board, the date they come on board, which pack they've purchased, what their status is, whether the transaction has been approved or it's pending. So there's a lot of detail here. You can do a search for all those transactions as well, for the email address of somebody, the types of packs. So if I want to search for just VIP packs, there's no results. If you want to do a search for just premium packs, you can see here that it's got all the transactions for premium packs. Okay, so lots of information in there. In terms of the network, you can have it in this folder view where it just shows the date and each transaction. of my team, or I can also go to my, go to the right view, folder view, and you can see here that it basically shows the people, and I can expand this out. So it basically shows each person and what they've come in at, okay? In the wallet, cash in is where any funds that you've sent in. Now it's asking me to do KYC, so I need to do my KYC on this account before allowing me to go any further in terms of wallet transactions. I can buy Ocular Coin as well, but again, I need to do my KYC first. KYC being proof of ID and proof of address. Okay, the reports. So reports is things like transactions, okay? So this was for the purchase, for the original pack in Bitcoin, and if I click on the view, it'll bring up all the details of that transaction. So it shows the Bitcoin address, the total amount that was paid, the amount of Bitcoin I had to send. So it's very, very detailed. So if you need to go back through your history of transactions or for an invoice for tax purposes, everything is in there. If we go back to withdrawals, there's no withdrawal requests at the moment. Ocular Coin, there is no transactions for purchase of Ocular Coin. If you purchase 1,000 Ocular Coins, you can reduce your transaction fees by 50%. Okay, the commission, this is how much commissions are currently available. So in this current week, there's no commissions earned. There's 2 days, 1 hour, 45 minutes left that I've got to earn commissions, but there's available commissions from the past of 0.02607874 Bitcoin. So I could withdraw that and I can go back through the details of those transactions and it will show exactly how that was earned. So there's very detailed reports in here to track all the sales in your organization, the actual structure of your organization, and where your Bitcoin came from as well. So I don't think there's anything else here that I need to be showing you. Reports, we've done all that. The network we've showed you, the wallet we've showed you, everything else. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Ocular tokens, the actual provider of the card solution and the wallets is Ocular. So they're the actual vendor, and Ocular has their own cryptocurrency called Ocular tokens. They're going to be used by a growing number of people for financial transactions. And if you purchase 1,000 Ocular tokens, which I think are currently at 20 cents, so that will be $200, that reduces the fee by 50%. You're converting your Bitcoin to fiat as well, to make sure we understand more about that. But Mike, I might pass it over to you and let you share some of the updates. I've just gone through the back office with everyone to understand how that works.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'm very, very happy and excited to be here tonight. Sorry for the bad internet. It worked perfectly, and about 5 minutes before the meeting, I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, I hope you can hear me. And greetings here from beautiful Bangkok. We went live since the 5th. I think the back office is a lot better than before. I like it personally. I hope you guys like it as well. Yep, and we have some good news. If you had a look at the Telegram group for all the non-US residents and attendees here, they implemented a new KYC process so they can upload foreign passports and translate it then in English. That's done. You still have to upload your address proof, by the way. So if you have any issues or you had any issues in the past with the KYC, just please do it one more time. So it accepts now foreign passports in whatever language and should translate it in English. So you should have no problem to pass the KYC. But keep in mind, you need the address proof too. especially for non-US residents. It's not on the passport. That's why they're asking for this. Now, like you heard on the corporate webinar, the existing cards will be replaced and or are already shipped out. So you should get your new card soon. As soon as you have it, go and test it, load it. Like you know, you can load it over a wallet, you can load it over your back office, and the shuffle will start as soon as the cards are out, and that will be very, very exciting. What else is new? We all engaged pretty heavily in terms of building, and that's why we wanted to do a leadership call as well, to get you a little bit on board here and discuss what you are committing to, because we are setting up and starting to do, I guess Michael will come and give some input as well. We want to do regular webinars. We want to do regular meetings as well, because that's the point. You know how to drive a business. We have to inform people. We have to be here. I'm in Asia at the moment, so I do a lot of one-to-one meetings, but I would like that we set up some kind of webinar structure with regular webinars, including me, Michael, whoever wants to speak some webinars, and starting to build a foundation so we can go and do some live meetings as well. As soon as the cards are out, you will see the business will start to take off, of course. People want to see the product, they want to test it, they want to use it. So that will happen. Depends a little bit where you live. In the next, hopefully, couple days, or maximum, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. Not sure how long it will take to deliver the cards, but that's all set. So exciting times ahead. And yes, Michael, to Ocular, get the coins, because you will reduce the fees for 50%. 50% is a lot. I mean, that's half of the fees. So keep in mind, get...
But just on the Ocular, you know, when you think about it, you're spending $200 to save 50%. But if you work out the maths that if you're reducing your Bitcoin to fiat conversion from 5% to 2.5%, you know, if you're loading a couple of $1,000s a month onto your card, it won't take very long to save that. And I'm in addition, basically, you know, you're going to save a lot more money, which would virtually pay for your €750 card. So that you don't need to set up the bank account is part of the process when you organize your card. The bank account is the first part of all that process. So again, if you go through the whole system, the bank account gets set up with that as well. Look, I want to talk about moving forward just in a couple of things. So we've got an FAQ document. We've got a PowerPoint PDF, which is the overview, which I've used for the presentations last week and the week before. We have the compensation plan explained PowerPoint PDF. They are in the hands of the graphic designer. You can still use the draft versions of those presentations. Now, I've been doing webinars the last few weeks just to help everyone move forward, but in reality, if we don't get the actual support from the leadership, or we're not giving the sort of webinars that you feel are going to help you move forward, then there's no point doing them. There's lots of ways we can put information out, and there's lots of ways we can build this business. For example, we could actually put recorded videos out and just make them available so that basically you can just plug into those. So we are going to put some short, take the PowerPoint and actually record like a 6-7 minute video version of a walkthrough of the PowerPoint, because that's all it really takes, is about 7 to 10 minutes at the most. So we will have that available, and all these tools are available in the Telegram channel and the Telegram group. The channel is the best place because there's no chit chat in there. It's just simply information being pushed out. So all the resources are there, and they'll also be available in your back office. So make sure you plug in to the Telegram group and you're plugging into your back office. But the Telegram channel, as I said, is where updates for webinars, all the draft materials, videos, any news will be published. So plug into those. We want to keep this really simple. This is not a complicated business, so we don't need 20 different documents. We just want to have a simple overview presentation, a presentation that explains the actual commission plan, and an FAQ, which is basically the detail. So they're the three key documents you want to have in your hands. And I said we'll have a video to explain the comp plan and a video overview. We are doing things through Telegram largely. We're trying to avoid social media as much as possible because basically because of the nature of the product that we have, and we don't want people blasting it all over social media. We may create a Facebook group for members only as well to support that, and I'll be talking with corporate about that over this coming week. But in terms of moving forward, the opportunity webinars. I mean, what do you want? I mean, it's the thing is, it's never going to be able to pick a time of the week or actual frequency of webinars that's going to suit everybody in every time zone. And in one sense, your job as leadership is to conduct your own webinars and drive those forward. It's not really corporate's job to be conducting opportunity webinars or training, because that's why they're sharing their revenue back with you to reward you for building the business. But we're happy to kick things off. The recordings of the opportunity presentation are also in the Telegram channel. The recordings of the compensation plan explained webinar are also there. The recordings of the corporate webinars are there, and they are also on Vimeo and YouTube. So we do have an official YouTube channel and an official Vimeo channel as well. So make sure you plug into those. But please, I want to get some feedback from you in terms of, can you please type in or just raise your hand and I'll give you the right to speak. What sort of webinars do you want that are going to help drive the growth in your team and that you will get behind? Okay, so a professional short overview recording. Yeah, definitely we're going to get that out to you basically ASAP. So it'll in the next 4 or 5 days, you'll have an actual recording. It'll be a 7 to 10 minute overview. That'll be a YouTube and a Vimeo video that you can just give out to anybody. There'll be 2 versions. One will actually be a generic version that doesn't mention AtmosO2. It basically does the entire presentation but doesn't mention Atmos. And there'll be one that does mention Atmos. Personally, in my marketing, I never mention the name of the company because I don't want people racing off to Google and doing a whole lot of searches and getting wrong information. I like to control the flow of information, so I want to build a relationship. And frankly, you can do the entire, if you've been on the webinars that I've done over the last few weeks, you'll notice that in all the presentations, the opportunity presentations, we never mentioned the name of the company, and yet people got the whole story and joined. So, we'll get that for you. In terms of as far as training, again, we can do training webinars, but again, once we've actually recorded those, I'd rather do trainings like a walkthrough of the back office and focus on different topics, do some interviews, do some live recorded interviews with basically key leaders to find out what they're doing and make those available. And maybe we can do some further interviews with the corporate team to get to know them a little bit better as well.
And Michael, if I may add something quick, I think the internet is working again here. Just keep it simple, guys. I mean, we have a very simple product. A credit card is a product that everybody uses. I'm always, basically, my pitch is get the credit card, load it, spend money, have fun, and if you like it, refer it. There's not really a complicated product, guys. So really keep it simple and easy. And that's what I mean. The most important thing is get the product for yourself, use it, show it, and then you can share it. So
you can do private video tutorials in your own crypto groups. And like I said, you don't need to mention the name of the company as well. But as Mike says, basically he was saying to people, if I could show you how to make money on the money people are already spending, would you take 5 minutes to learn more? And then you give them the short video. And then they, as I say, all we're asking you to do is keep doing what you're doing now. Use the card, but spend on our card. And with the cashback bonuses you get, it's really good. Is there going to be an app? I know in the future, one of the future integrations with the banking and card solution will be an app, but right now it's all based on your browser. So it'll be a browser-based application to access your bank account and your card, and also the AtmosO2. So when there is an app, we will certainly advise you. Look, folks, it is very simple. We want to keep these really short and sweet. We will get the videos out to you ASAP and the new presentation. So you've got some really nice looking presentations that actually reflect the quality of what's going on. So I don't know, Mike, have you got any closing comments before we wrap it up tonight and let people go?
Yep. Well, one more time. I think that the beauty in this business is the simplicity and the very easy product. So get the product first, order the card, load it, spend it, and show it to others that the card's working, and then you can share it. That's how I do it. I know the cards are getting replaced. I think there was a question in the chat here as well. The bank, by mistake, sent out the wrong cards without the chip on it. So in some countries, it's working. In Europe, it doesn't work either. So we need the chip on it. That's why they replaced it. As soon as you receive the card, load it and spend it and just share it. I mean, it's a no-brainer product, and it's so easy to bring it in. You know, in for example, I have a lot of talks with other leaders who are maybe doing other things, and that's totally okay. They have their whatever product network they're doing or crypto network, but the product we have is a product that everybody can use, and the limits that they can offer, like, you know, the limits are pretty good. And so far, I think 99%, by the way, pass the KYC. If you're not completely off the record, you will pass the KYC, and it will be a lot easier. I don't know if we have some German-speaking people, because I received some messages here on WhatsApp. There will be some stuff translated in German as well. Don't worry. Michael, I know he's doing the best presentation, so we will translate this in German as soon as I have it, and you will get it.
And once we've got these documents finalised, we will then work to get them translated into the major languages, which probably, you know, things like Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, you know, and we'll sort of focus on the first half a dozen languages, because again, this is a very simple opportunity, so it won't take much to get those presentations done, translated, and then we'll actually get some professional voiceovers to voice over those as well. So you've got some videos for languages. So, I mean, be patient. We're in pre-launch, but right now, as Mike says, you know, you can basically approach anybody who's involved in another opportunity without actually conflicting, and rather than pitch them the opportunity with this, just pitch them the card. In terms of a competition, yes, the company is working on some ideas for competition, and we expect to have some details released very soon. So again, plug into the Telegram groups once a day at least. Just go into the Telegram channel at least and get the latest news. Make sure you log into your back office once a day and keep plugged in. Folks, we appreciate that it's getting late for some people and it's early for others. We really appreciate coming to this call. The main thing is, as a leadership group, if we all rally together and get the word out there, you know, everyone's going to hear about this, and we're in at the grassroots stage. We're on the ground floor opportunity of this. Let's get busy. You've still got a couple more days for this pay week. Let's make this first payday a good one and just continue to actually build momentum, and just share with everybody that you possibly can. You can share with anybody who posts on Facebook. You know, there's so many groups who are into crypto, so many people posting about crypto, and just say to them, would you like to get paid weekly cashback bonuses just for spending on your card each week? Would you like to get paid on the money that people are already spending? It's so easy to pitch this to people. So just reach out to people and actually build that relationship and tell them all about it. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. Thanks for getting through all the challenges, and we'll let you know about the next webinar that's coming up very, very soon. Thanks, everyone.